So the next fabulous storyteller is Naomi Cow. Yay! So Naomi was introduced to me by another lovely lady called Beck, and she said, "Oh, you've got to talk to Naomi. She's got an amazing story." So Naomi is a divorce coach and strategist, helping mums and dads navigate a journey fraught with legal jargon and heightened emotions. Through her lived experience, she's on a mission to transform this journey into one of compassion, clarity, and confidence. As a mum of 3 kids, 3 puppies, and a bearded dragon, don't let my son hear that because he's been begging one for a while. She spends a lot of time prepping meals to feed her family. When she's not cooking, though, you'll find her organising events for her social Facebook group, Sydney Friends, watching trashy TV, dancing around somewhere, or her latest project, which is writing her first book, Split Happens, which is an extension of her story today. So please welcome to the stage, Naomi Cow.
Good, I didn't fall off the stage. It was a regular Friday night until it wasn't. April 2017. I'm sitting there folding laundry. Guess what that is? The fitted sheet. Watching some trashy TV, Survivor of all things. My husband walks in. I think we should separate. And that was it. One sentence, no warning. How long have you been thinking about this? 2 years. 2 years? 2 years you've been thinking about this and you didn't tell me? We're going away to see your mum on Sunday. You couldn't have sent me a text? You're always on the goddamn phone. He looked at me. Because I knew you'd be hysterical like this. Gnomes, I'm not listening to this anymore. I'm going to bed. Split happens. 17 years and my life is in pieces. When split happens, people love giving advice. Go get a lawyer. Go get a lawyer. Who's heard that? Or who's ever said that? So I did what every normal functioning woman would do. I got onto Facebook. Recommendations for a family lawyer post. Turns out my children's drama teacher's father is a lawyer. 65-year-old man, kind, fatherly. I thought I was safe. I remember that first day walking into the office, sitting and speaking to him. He listened. I talked, I cried, and I talked. After spending $12,000 in legal fees in just a couple of months of money that I didn't have, I knew I needed to trust myself to take the next step and advocate for myself. Let's pause this for a moment. while I put on my mum hat. Because while this was all happening, I had a little girl who was turning 6. And she wanted a superhero party. Split happens. And you have to carry on with life. I enjoyed planning birthday parties. The cake, what do you call those? Superman people? The dress-up people? The superhero car. Lost my train of thought. And I enjoyed planning these parties. I love the squealing, the excitement in the kids. But this year was different. I didn't have the money, so I couldn't put on that show. So I got back online, Amazon this time, and I got myself a Wonder Woman outfit with her. And 6 is probably the only age where your daughter will be okay with mum dressing up as her. She's 13 now, and she would be horrified, and mum, you're embarrassing. Take off my hat again. I ended up facing family court and taking my ex-husband through the family court system. And in that 18 months of family court, it was a journey of discovery. I discovered my husband had locked me out of all the accounts. I discovered that he liquidated shares under my name. I discovered he was living under an alias. I discovered he got a bachelor pad. I discovered that people can do irrational things. I discovered myself on the other end of a punch. I found myself giving evidence in an AVO hearing. I found myself defending the accusations that I had pitched our sons against their dad. But you know what else I found? I found that I learned to trust myself. And I learned that I needed to rely on myself if I wanted to grow. And that starts with the split. S for self-care. Who here has been in a relationship and they let themselves go? That was me. 17 years a wife, 12 years a mum. I lost myself in the chaos of life. But I decided that I would shock my body by going to the gym. Because you know why? I wanted those Linda Hamilton arms from Terminator. Because to me that represented strength inside and out. P for perspective. In the midst of my family court saga, I set up a support group for women where they could come and share their stories for support. And in that group, there was lots of tears, lots of stories, and a lot more coffee. But what I learnt was I wasn't the only one. And while I didn't choose this journey, I could choose how I walk that path. L for letting go. That was the hardest part. Letting go of this life that I had of the nuclear family. I remember having a conversation with my uncle. I cooked, I cleaned, I worked. What more did this man want? My uncle looked at me and he said, Naomi, you have green apples and red apples. Your husband wanted oranges. It's an Asian thing. And you know what? That moment freed me. Because I was good enough. I just wasn't the fruit that he wanted. I for independence. After letting go, I found my independence. Reclaiming me. Not somebody's wife, not somebody's partner, not somebody's mother, but me. I wanted to rediscover my fun. So what did I do? I went out and learned capoeira. Anybody know what that is? It's a Brazilian martial arts. And there was like this action, incorporating music, spirituality, musicality, as my kids would call it, what the hell? And at 44, I learned how to cartwheel. And I've been cartwheeling around the world. T for thrive. Today I thrive. I've turned my pain into purpose. I've got a business guiding others, supporting their journey, guiding them through the storm that I thought I couldn't face. So, split happens and you can rise. So when you're in that moment, folding laundry, watching some trashy TV, and your world falls apart, I want you to remember that when split happens, I want you to dig deep and know that there is fierce, magical power in those pieces. And to show you that I'm not kidding. No.
Thank you, that was amazing. Give it up for Naomi.